What's happening, friends? Welcome to episode 92 of the Game at Moose podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Turford, alongside the Brockstar Brock McLaughlin, a.k.a. Broccoli.
You know who else is 92? Betty White.
Betty
My
White?
dream girl.
Betty White's 92?
I think so.
Wow.
Subscribe to Betty White Facts.
I have a biography of her right next to my bed. It comforts me at night.
Somehow
Of course you do.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
The photo pages are a little sticky, but otherwise it reads pretty well.
You know,
me.
there are some things I don't need to know about you, Brock. This might be one of them.
She is the most beautiful woman on earth.
Interesting. I'm more of a Martha Stewart girl myself, but
Yeah.
you know,
Martha's got some character too.
yeah.
But what are you guys
Yeah.
going to do when we're finally at like episode 150? There are no humans that live that age.
But there was 150 original Pokemon.
Yeah. 151 if you count Mew.
And of course, the ghost with the most, Drew McMillan,
Hey.
on the far end, finally back from vacation.
Yeah, multiple vacations. I'm back from the cottage. I got my cottage gear on, you know,
Yeah.
as I do. My lumberjack.
I was gonna say you look relaxed.
I feel relaxed. I spent my time at the cottage installing a new window. I had to do
All right.
some man work.
Is that
Get the hands dirty.
Is that more more infuriating than installing Windows?
The Windows, the software.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot,
hold on.
especially
Hold on.
when it's like a 60-year-old log cabin.
What version, though? Because like Windows 95 came on 26 floppy disks.
Yeah.
So like that was a pain. That would
Yeah.
take like 9 hours.
Yeah, that was not pleasant. It was not fun. It was fun to cut wood and stuff. We got to hang out with my dad, and you know we hurt ourselves, as is the great Macmillan tradition when we're building things. But when you're installing things in an old log cabin, nothing's straight. Nothing.
No.
Not a single goddamn thing.
I mean, you don't want to keep it that way anyways.
The only thing that was straight was the window, so we had to make all kinds of fun. It was fun. It was fun. I had a good time. I brought no video games with me, just focused on being in the woods and doing that stuff. Yeah.
You monster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terrifying.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
On today's show, we're going to talk about video games. We have
Yes.
a few things to talk about. So, of course, we're going to talk about the Nindies showcase that happened this week.
Yeah.
Nintendo brought out their A game and talked all about their indies that are coming up for the Switch.
You might even say their single A game
Yeah.
as opposed to their triple A game.
This guy.
That's a very businessy term right there. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. like synergy.
Yes. Yeah.
We're also going to talk about the SNES Classic not being available in Quebec. It's just all Nintendo apparently today.
Yeah, I did my homework on that one, so I'll have some interesting things to say about that.
Yeah, but first, Brock, you actually went to a cool event this week because Fan Expo was this weekend. So obviously, I hope everyone who actually got to go to the convention had fun. None of us, I think, actually went, but you went to a little event ahead of time, Brock.
Yeah, we did not go.
I went in before the crowds, thankfully, because it's way too busy. Yeah, it's the same weekend as PAX.
Yeah,
I think
which is so weird.
PAX West, though.
PAX West.
Because, you know, there's like 400 PAXs now.
Yes. And it was like, it's a big scale kind of comic book gaming expo, and most of the gaming companies were there.
Well, especially because it's their one big showcase to show games to the public here in Canada.
Yeah.
Because we don't have other conventions like E3 or Gamescom to do that here.
And a lot of it was E3 demos. So I started with the PlayStation booth, and I played Detroit.
Yeah.
Which is looking really, really good and really fun. Like the choices you make in it was probably like a 20-minute demo, were like pretty damn epic. I was terrified for this little girl I had to save.
Oh boy.
And it looks really good. It plays like Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
No
Which is what
surprise
you'd hope
there.
for anyways.
Yeah, and I guess it's farther along than I thought.
Yeah.
It might actually be out
Well, I keep
soon.
My problem with Heavy Rain was not how it played. I mean, I realize some people didn't like that. The sort of like choose your own adventure.
Are we get into spoilers in a second here about Heavy Rain?
Well, I mean, we
It's
could
been out
talk
for
about
so
how like
long.
we've talked publicly, but I didn't like the twist in Heavy Rain. There's a twist
I did not
at the
like
end.
the twist.
Surprise! There's a twist when you find out in the murder mystery
There's
story.
one in every David Cage game.
Yeah,
that's no surprise.
Who the murderer is? But yeah,
The
I
twist
did
was
not
so
know that.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of
Like it contradicts itself. Like
course
there's
you
things
did.
that like, why did that person? If that person's the murderer, why did they do those things? There's a bunch of stuff that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But so you know, I like robots and the
Yes,
notion.
there's a lot of robots.
Yeah, of a David David Cage game with robots in it.
There was
Sounds
no
pretty cool.
sex with the robots yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yes.
Well,
I
this
don't
was-
know. There
this
might
is
be
on
more.
yet. Yeah. I
There
mean,
will be. It's a David Cage game.
Also, there's sexy robots, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And I mean, the demo you played was the same demo from E3
Yeah.
last year, right? Yeah, like there was the hostage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was from last year.
Yeah, like it's not a new demo. Like it's been around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yes.
They had a few other releases out. Trying to think of what they are now. I mean, they had Everybody's Golf,
Yeah.
which
Get hyped.
is
Also known-
awesome.
Also known as Hot Shots Golf.
Yes.
Well, it used to be known as Hot Shots Golf.
Which I'll
Well,
get about
actually-
into later in the show.
Everybody's Golf was the Japanese name for Hot Shots Golf. So actually,
yeah,
it's always been called Everybody's Golf, but now they're making it the same everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Which looks like a lot of fun. Make a little avatar, play some golf.
I played Gran Turismo
Yeah.
in one of the
Get
cars. I put it on easy and won by a landslide and did not have any fun,
'Cause
and then
you played
switched
it
to
on
medium
easy.
and then got my ass kicked
Yeah.
and had no fun. So that game, it's just not for me. I know
I'm-
that.
Yeah, I think I'm the
100%.
one person at this table who's actually excited for Gran Turismo.
I was bored by the second lap. I was like, this is all you do is ride around in a circle? Nope.
I'm a car guy. Like, I really like cars. I like racing cars. My patience for Gran Turismo gets really short, though. It's too simmy for me.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Forza guy.
Well, the nice thing about Gran Turismo, at least the later versions, is you could actually tweak a lot of that stuff in the final build of the
good.
game. I just don't think in the demo they allow you to really customize it to your level, because you can actually make it very arcadey if you want it to be.
Cool.
It's just a matter of like you going into the options and changing a bunch of stuff, or there's usually like an arcade preset that you can select. Gran Turismo is actually my favorite racing series, so I'm actually really excited to play this.
Is that out soon?
October 10th, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the same week as Middle Earth: Shadow of War. I know that.
Okay.
It's video game season. Wow.
I played some Moss in VR, which was incredible.
Nice.
I really like that. Not enough for me to get PSVR, but it was pretty good.
No, but I mean, these are like the stepping stones, because I don't think there will ever be really like a killer app for PlayStation VR. But I think eventually there will be enough games really to justify like the purchase of PlayStation VR.
PSVR is still expensive as fuck here, right? Like, it's like $549 or something.
Yeah.
I think it just got a discount though.
I think I saw
Like
like,
a price drop.
I'm not sure if it was a big price drop, but I definitely saw it on sale recently.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, that's still too much.
Yeah, it was on sale, and then the sale became the permanent price. That's
Yeah.
how that worked.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. Did you play anything else? Like anything from? You said you played Call of Duty, right?
Yeah, I played the new Call of Duty. I had the beta on Xbox too.
So it was like the same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
Okay.
And it was that's just also not for me.
Yeah.
Um,
It plays a lot like World at War, which was Treyarch's last Call of Duty World War II game. I think it's okay. I think it's much preferable to like the Infinite Warfare multiplayer.
the map felt really, really small.
Yeah.
And like you were just like getting picked off like in seconds. Like it was like, oh, here I am, boom, dead.
Yeah.
Over and over. And these weren't even good players I was playing against. It was just like, you know, your other gaming journos. Like it wasn't great. Yeah, and I was getting my ass
Are you
kicked.
trying to say gaming journalists are not very good at video games, bro?
That could be a whole other topic this week, which is a thing on Twitter. And then I hopped on over to play some Mario Odyssey.
Yeah?
Which
You finally played it?
I finally played the demo from E3, and it is really kick ass.
Yeah.
Stoked on that.
I'm glad you're excited about it, because that seems like a really hard game to sell in like a 20-minute demo.
Kidding
Yeah.
me? It's cute in Mario, and you jump around and do cool shit.
No, but
I am so in.
I just meant in comparing it to like Zelda Breath of the Wild, which
right.
was also like a really hard game to grasp the concept of that game in 20 minutes.
I feel Mario is way easier as a demo than
Okay.
versus Zelda.
Yeah.
I mean, Zelda, you're kind of running around in the middle of nowhere.
They're just
and it
like,
doesn't look
20, you
very
have 20
exciting.
minutes, go do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Zelda's more about progression than anything else.
Yeah.
Whereas Mario, like Mario is Mario. He's not. You don't have a level 20 Mario. You don't have to worry about.
Yeah,
like,
you just kind of jump around and jump on people's heads.
you can do the triple jump from day one.
And
I
then
think you can.
the Xbox booth wasn't open yet. It was very early in the day. I don't think Sea of Thieves was playable. They had a big photo thing for it.
Yeah.
But
I'm
which
trying to
is
remember, because I
weird.
saw photos of people posting.
There was a booth
stuff
of
from
Sea
the
of
booth.
Thieves. I don't think Sea of Thieves was playable, which
I don't
is
think
very
so.
odd. Cuphead was.
Yeah.
And I think Forza
Yeah,
was playable.
Forza. I'm trying to remember. Super Lucky's Tale, I think, was playable too.
Super Lucky's Tale.
Yeah.
The system seller.
The game that's been out on
PC for a while.
yeah.
Yeah, but I think
No, this is a whole new. So
Yeah, it's a whole new game.
It's a whole new game. It's
Yeah.
not the VR
It's
game.
not the
for it.
VR
No,
game.
it's essentially a
That's
sequel
why
to
I was
Lucky's
confused. It's not. It's a whole new game.
So there's Lucky's Tale and Super Lucky's Tale, which is a completely different thing.
the sequel is
That's-
basically a sequel.
Now my head hurts.
Yeah. So that's that. And
All
that
right.
was, I think, all the games. Oh, and then there was Shadow of War, but I didn't play that.
Okay.
I didn't feel like a demo of that would be. what it could
Yeah,
be.
again, it's going to be like Zelda 2, where it's just like that game's also going to, the focus of that game is going to be too tough.
I know I'm not going to like the demo.
Hey guys,
So,
can we talk about the Shadow of War trailers that have been pumped it out?
every single day. There's like 7 more trailers.
They're doing a trailer for each of like the orc houses, and they're cut to like rock and roll and like pop music, and they suck.
I've stopped watching them.
They're really bad.
I've
Like
stopped-
they're really abysmally bad. They make you not want to play the game.
I don't understand why they're pushing it so hard in our faces.
Well,
They're-
it's-
and like in a way that like it's a fantasy game. Like let it be. Like I get that. Like it certainly has like a big appeal because it's got like progression and cool combat and all kinds of fun stuff and like multiplayer hooks and stuff. But like
I think hype for this game is already high. Like
just
people are really
let,
stoked.
just let it be. It's like let it be a fantasy game. Like give me some like orchestral. Like people love that shit. Like they didn't have to sell Skyrim with like I don't know like an AC/DC tune. You know like it's like
Well, and the last one sold really well too. Like it was a 5-6 million seller game.
It's got the Lord of the Rings name on it.
But it's
most
not-
people like the first one. It was very
it has
well
the
received.
Middle Earth name on it because they can't put Lord of the
right,
Rings
right.
on a video game.
Yeah.
anymore.
Right.
Because of the token estate. That's a whole big thing. You can go read about it.
But I guess it's because there's so much competition that week coming out. Too.
Yeah, that's
There's a
the bigger
lot
problem.
of
Because
other
South
games.
Park also comes out that week. Gran Turismo comes out that week. There's a bunch of games that I'm forgetting. I'm
Oh my
blanking
god,
on
I'm
right
so
now.
excited for South Park.
The Black Friday rush is what we're talking about. Yeah.
And actually, it sounds like South Park is actually coming out this time because there's the ESRB rating. Have you guys read the ESRB rating for South Park? There's like the ESRB description.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You should go read it.
Contains full penetration.
Actually, you should. Fun fact: if you go watch Podcast Unlocked this week, which is IGN's Xbox podcast, Ryan McCaffrey on the show does a dramatic reading of it, and it's amazing.
That's
of the description.
Rated A for adult for butt stuff.
Well, they somehow made it rated M, but it's just there's some filthy things in that description.
Wow.
I tell you.
Are we ever
It's
going to
not
see an
AO.
adult-only game?
That actually sells? No, because the retailers won't put it on
Yeah,
shelves.
like Walmart won't put it on their shelves, so
Yeah.
that's the biggest problem they have.
But we
It used
could
to be
do-
they wouldn't put M titles on their
Right.
shelves.
Like
That was an issue.
you can see those types of games on Steam.
Right,
Because,
but
like-
we can't even see them on digital, though.
Steam digital stuff.
But like Xbox, PS4 digital.
Yeah, 'cause
we're
you-
not talking about those weird Japanese games on Steam that involve you like fucking a sister that's your horse and like eating gerbils.
Don't forget about the tentacles.
Steam right now is going through a whole thing. Like they have a problem with adult content. Like they have some like straight up porn games on there, and there are, as far as I know, not that I don't have occasion to turn them on, but there's no real parental control there. So if your kid's got a Steam account, I don't know if there's a lot you can do to.
There are some soft parental controls, but it's not like
Yeah.
I don't think that. I mean, you can actually set it so that you can't actually launch a game that has a certain rating.
Yeah. There's some like sex party game where one of the buttons is you pull your penis out.
Well, I mean, there are lots of Euro games.
Sorry, I gotta go play this game right now.
Yeah, you should give it a try. Yeah, you can like approach women with your wang out.
Okay.
And some ladies are receptive, and some ladies aren't. And then the guys will beat you up if you do it.
to the guys listening at home, I think that's 100% failure rate if you flop out your penis in front of a woman and then approach her.
Yeah, if that's literally how you're going to introduce yourself.
If that's your MO.
Yeah, this is part of the dating advice part of the podcast. Yeah, don't open with your dick out.
Unless your dick literally looks like a third arm, you probably shouldn't do it.
But even at
Even
that,
then,
like,
that might be terrifying.
like your odds of success are still pretty low.
I'd say yes.
Yeah.
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 I mean, yeah, because I mean, those dating sims all get ported, like all the
Yeah.
ones that come out in Japan to Steam. So
Hatful
that's-
boyfriends out on there, man. I'm saying,
Yeah, but that doesn't count, though.
You can
That's-
fuck birds in that.
You can't
know.
actually do that. Okay?
There's that weird centaur game for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a Centaur's Life is a popular anime that's airing right now on Crunchyroll. Get hyped.
All right.
Anyways, so
That happens.
topic one.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into that. So, Drew,
Yes.
what have you been playing? because you were in the woods, but
I was in the woods. I still, you know what? I mentioned this last time. I said I started playing a little bit of Dreadnaught, the Dreadnaught beta.
Yep.
Before I played the little opening tutorial. I've played a bunch of matches now. That game's really fun. That game's a very solid game. I think it's not getting the attention it deserves. The one thing that sucks about it is in the beta, the progression appears to be locked. Like there's a whole progression tree. You can buy ships and stuff like that. But like, you can't do anything with that, which I don't know. And the tree itself is like, it looks like it was designed for a PC because like it's like these tiny little icons, and I'm sitting looking at my 50-inch TV, and I'm like squinting, like what am I looking at?
Because it's probably still like PC
Yeah.
icons essentially.
Yeah, but it's a pretty cool game. So it's like a team combat shooter, like a class based shooter essentially. You've got dreadnoughts and the artillery ships and a bunch of other things. My favorite are the artillery ships, which are basically like the snipers of the game, and they're glass cannons, right? They're just like they're big guns with engines. You can't take a hit, but you've got like crazy long range on these giant long sniper shots, and yeah, it's a cool game. I enjoy it. Like there's a cool dynamic, like I said, that I was talking about before. Like you have to time your missile defense, point defense lasers, so that as the missiles are coming in, you have to hit it at the right time. And if they shoot them far away, and if you hit it right away, then your lasers will be burned out by the time the missiles get there. So you have to wait until they arrive and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a cool game. And then your team roster is really important. If you had like all dreadnoughts, you'd suck. If you had all artillery ships, you'd suck. You have to have a balance of both. If you had all there's a support ship that repairs. So at one point I was playing on a team and we were smoking these guys. We had 3 artillery ships and 1 dreadnought, and we were just beating the shit out of them. And then they switched their roster to be 3 support ships and 1 dreadnought. And our artillery ships couldn't take out the dreadnought in time. Like every time we'd hit him, they'd regenerate his energy. And the support ships were too fast. We just couldn't hit them from a distance very well.
Y'all got metagamed.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a cool game, and the matches can swing like that, and then the matches take place in different cool locations, either planet side where you've got big buildings that you can hide behind. I keep hitting my mic, sorry. Or you're in asteroid fields, stuff like that. It's a neat game. I like it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it's not coming to Xbox for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah.
I blame Dave Lang from Iron Galaxy because somehow he's involved with this.
Which is
But Windows and PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just weird because it's an Iron Galaxy game and they make Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
It's on Xbox exclusive.
I don't know if it's solely in Iron Galaxy because Iron Galaxy does a lot of contract work.
Good point.
So
they're owned by Amazon too.
Yeah,
so.
Iron Galaxy is they're the third title on this thing. It looks like a big collaborative work.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you've got a PS4, I think the beta is still going. It's been an open beta for a while. You just have to request no, I guess it wouldn't really be an open beta. It's a closed beta. You have to request a code. For me, it took me a couple days to get a code, and yeah, it was pretty fun. I enjoyed playing it.
You also played another game.
I did.
That we both have played.
Yes. You could talk about it more in depth. I played maybe a couple hours of it. I played Persona 5.
Get hype, motherfuckers.
Whoa!
It's happening.
Did not see that coming.
Yeah. I love Persona. I do. I don't know why I didn't get this game sooner. Ryan lent me his copy because you put 10,000 hours into it?
I finished the game at about 105 hours, I think it said on the clock.
Right.
You can do it much quicker than that.
Yeah.
I took my time.
That game is anime as fuck.
Yes, it is.
That is a very anime game. Even more so than Persona 4, which was very anime. But the original version, I played the original PS2 version of Persona 4, which didn't have all the cutscenes and stuff like Golden had.
Yeah, because it became much more anime when Golden came out with all those cutscenes.
Yeah, and they'd done the animated movie or series and a bunch Persona 4 was when Persona went from popular to huge, especially in Japan.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like Persona 4. I'm really enjoying Persona 5 so far. Yeah. Though
it starts off slow.
It does. Really it eases you into it. So did P4.
Yeah.
But it's a very different game in terms of the pacing feels similar and stuff like that, but like the setting obviously is very different. You're going from a small country town in Persona 4 now to the big city in Persona 5, and they really do a good job of contrasting what the different places are like. And the same sort of thing, like you're in a situation where you're a kid, you're a newcomer to this place, and like whereas before in Persona 4 you had, you know, like your uncle was the one who was taking care of you. He was really nice and he was welcoming, and he was like, well, you know, he was a complicated character. He was a hard-boiled detective, but you know, he was like, welcome to the town, and like everybody was welcoming and nice. In this game, it's like you're in the big city and everyone's a cold asshole. Especially your
Especially
foster dad.
Sojiro.
Yeah.
Sojiro
He's
is
a real dick.
Oh, what a cock.
Well, come on, you're a criminal, and he's taking you in just as the kindness of his heart.
He's still a dick.
That's the other thing that I find very interesting is the setup for the game is a little weird. I mean, the Japanese legal system is quite strange to me.
Yeah.
This notion that like basically you as a kid well, I guess the situation is quite clear, but like you defend a woman from being what appears to be assaulted by a man. Like you go over and bop a guy in the nose, but it turns out that guy seems to have some kind of like political connections, and so like they throw the book at you, and yeah, which is bad,
which is crazy.
And like one of the things is you get kicked out of your school, and you have to go to a new school, and that's where the game.
Do you think
starts.
you're gonna finish the game by the end of the year?
I hope so. I'm certainly gonna try, but also like a bunch of new games are coming out, so that's gonna be hard. Yeah.
And plus, I think you can finish it in like 60 to 70 hours if you move pretty quickly and don't spend too much time grinding or going after social links and stuff like that.
But that I want to get the full experience.
But you wanna get the full experience.
At that point, I put in so many hours. I want to get that full thing.
It's all about S links for me, man. I gotta max out those S links.
I need to get those. I need to get those wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
going.
I mean, you can't max them all out in like your first playthrough, but in the second playthrough you can go back and
let's
you can romance everybody in that game.
So this is the problem though, is there's no Chie in this game, and like, can I really fall in love again? You know, like Chie's my girl.
I'm in love with the nurse. She's hot.
Takumi
in P5.
Yeah.
Chie's she was one of the first characters you meet in Persona 4, and I don't know, like I don't know how you have a character who's like more charming than her. She's the best.
Yeah,
like, hands down.
I mean,
I'm a Chie guy.
I'm gonna throw it out there. I romanced Futaba. And the reason why she doesn't like to go outside her room. She's just like me. She is my Chie.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Also, in Persona 4, I didn't romance Chie either. So there
you didn't?
No.
Oh, I did that and the drama girl.
Yeah.
Because she's messed up. She's really she's got a fucked up life perspective. Yeah. Her mom's in the hospital, and she's like got like a dark mindset.
Everyone's fucked up in that game.
Into that.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Risei's not so bad either, though. I noticed, by the way, in the opening animation at some point, there was some graffiti on the wall that referenced Risei. So I'm guessing this is like the same universe.
It is.
Yeah. Risei she's like a pop star in Persona 4.
Yeah.
Who goes to your school. Like she's like a teen pop star.
Like a Miley Cyrus type.
Like a Miley Cyrus type, yeah.
Or sorry, Hannah Montana.
Yeah, well, whatever you prefer. You know. Yeah.
The palaces in the metaverse don't work the same way, but it works like the universes are like connected. There are some little hints and stuff like that that sort of reference it.
Yeah, I named my character Charlie Tanoku, which is a direct reference to all you endurance run fans out there over at Giant Bomb. Yeah,
Get hyped
because his name's got to be Charlie. Yeah,
cool. I just finished the game this weekend and loved it. I want to have like a big talk with you, Drew, once you finish it, because it's a lot of fun.
Good game, eh?
Yeah, I think I talked about it last week. I think I might like it more than Zelda.
Ooh,
which is scary.
Wow,
because I loved Zelda.
Wow,
I'm at the third palace, and then I stopped playing.
Yeah,
altogether, and have not gone back.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that's why I played it the way I did. Where I was like, I don't want to pick it up right away because I won't put the time into it. Because that's one of those games where like you can't stop, or you have to basically play it over again.
Oh, I will not be playing over again
because you'll be so lost with this when you jump back in. You're like, how do I even do anything in this world?
I'm gonna figure it out because I'm gonna finish it one day.
Get hyped.
One day.
All right. So Brock, you played some games, but there's one game that you couldn't talk about last week. We wanted to, but you couldn't. Mario+Rabbids.
Yeah.
Battle.
That happened.
That game is really awesome and incredibly difficult.
That's what I keep hearing from people.
It's really hard. I full disclosure, I put that shit on easy mode before matches because I'm getting my ass worked.
Wow.
I hear when
it's hard.
I hear when you get to 2-4, it's like that's when it gets like it ramps up super hard.
Because there's 4 worlds.
Yeah.
But they're long. Like it took me like 15 hours to get to the 3rd world. Like it's a long game. There's a lot to do, and the boss fights are incredibly difficult. And there's just I love the character variety. And it doesn't matter if you're not using the characters; they level up anyways, which is nice. So you can like really swap in and out,
great, yeah.
and you don't have to go back and like grind.
Well, it's something that like most modern RPGs do. Like even Persona 5, for example, levels all your characters when you have more than your 4 party members.
It's really handy because I don't want to grind in this game.
Yeah.
As far as story goes, it's pretty basic Mario game story. save the princess, save the day kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's just really fun. It's like it's definitely made by the fans, and it feels like it.
That's great.
And yeah, I'm loving it. So I'm going back because I was traveling. So the only thing I've been playing on the Switch. So I've been going back and replaying it and getting more hours into it.
Nice.
Which is I love it.
Awesome.
Cool. You can also check out Brock's review at brockstergaming.com as well. You wrote up a big.
I did. I was quite excited. And then also I'm working on a review, which has been delayed, but for everybody's golf, which I think is really, really fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I remember you being like kind of lukewarm on it last week, but
I didn't know what to expect. But it was like I hadn't played a Hot Shots game since like the 90s, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for the PlayStation. But it's really fun.
It also doesn't help we haven't had a Mario Golf game in forever.
Yeah, that would have filled the void. But yeah, I'm having a blast. I really just wish I had friends playing it because I really want to talk to people.
It's one of those games I really want to play at some point, but yeah, I just haven't.
It's really
There are too many
fun.
games right now too, which is a problem.
And I haven't even gone like fishing or anything. I don't think I'll like it, but I want to try it.
Fishing. Oh, that's
You
right.
can go
There's
fishing and
in
you can
this game.
go karting.
It's just like Florida.
Yeah.
In Florida, you can do all those things at once. You know, you play golf and then you can fish in the pond, and the water hazards. Why not?
You can't get drunk and fight an alligator though.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
That's the DLC, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I wish.
That's the Houston expansion
Too soon, man.
because there's alligators in the water.
Too soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Poor
Yeah.
jokes on my left side here.
Sorry, Houston.
You're
Yeah.
just bringing this up about a city that's underwater, Drew.
Well, because it's underwater and the alligators are moving in. So yeah, hearts out to the people in Houston that actually have to rescue wrestle alligators like for real, legit.
There was a fake photo that came up this weekend
Yes.
of a shark on the freeway.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Always. There's always a shark in the water.
Yeah. Speaking of that real quick, I just wanted to bring up that one cool thing that happened this weekend was Harvey Games Done Quick.
Yeah,
Basically, Games Done Quick came together.
They put that together like super fast.
Yeah,
that
it was
awesome.
like a 48-hour marathon, basically raising money for the Houston Food Bank. I believe you can actually still donate as well because all the money goes towards providing like food and basically different essentials to people recovering in Houston. So,
if that's not your thing, if you want to help out the people in Houston who like, we're not kidding. Like it's serious. They're like they need your help.
Yeah.
The American Red Cross is probably the best place to put your money right now.
Yeah.
They're the people that have like the most verified, like they're actually doing stuff. And then obviously places like the food bank and stuff like that. But like if you're not sure, the American Red Cross is always a sure bet.
it's usually the default answer.
Yeah.
So go check that out. But yeah, it was actually cool to see this weekend. They had some really cool runs this weekend. They had like a 100% map clearing race in Super Metroid, which was a really weird category because you have to basically make every map area in Super Metroid on the map explored, like pink.
Wow.
Which was really weird.
Which can be very tough to do. That means a lot of like spin jump, like hopping through the air.
There's some
kind of stuff.
tomfoolery because there's also like spaces that don't show up on the map, but you still have to check off.
Yeah.
There was also like an epic 6-hour run of Chrono Trigger,
Ooh.
which is really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so you should check. I believe they have some of those archives, so you should check those out.
Cool.
Did you play anything else exciting, Brock?
I played something I can't talk about till tomorrow morning.
Yep, brockstergaming.com.
And that's about it, I think.
Cool. As for me, I played this game called Life is Strange Before the Storm
Nice.
Episode 1.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
I did play something. Fucking Guardians of the Galaxy Episode 3, which is so god awful, it's painful.
Oh no.
I
What's
hate
this
it.
one called?
fuck. I don't know, man.
Walking in Memphis.
It's some whatever it's named after.
It's
the
not
song
more
doesn't
than a
play in
feeling
it.
because that was the last one. I'm trying to. It's some other.
It's
song.
stupid, and it was really dumb.
Thunderstruck.
I just don't understand this game because they're like clearly using the movie characters, but they don't want it set in the same universe, and they want it kind of telling a different story, but it feels like the same story from the movie, but they go out of their way, and like the character actors are not good.
Yeah.
It's just a shit show.
You're not making me
The
more
story
excited.
is
to play
not
this.
fun. The action is not fun. There's like no puzzles, no decisions to make. It's really, really lame.
Do you think that? And again, I think we talked about this a little bit off air, but do you think it's more just limitations on Marvel's licensing end,
I
or
don't-
just Telltale's writing, or
I think it's just
or-
Telltale's writing. It's just at the end. I mean, I haven't liked any of their stuff in
They
a while
just
now.
they just pooled all their stuff into Batman. Is that how this works?
I guess so. Yeah, it's not fun. I would not recommend it. And I'm gonna keep playing it.
Maybe it turns out okay.
Maybe.
I mean, I have the season pass, so I'll play it. I've decided I'm going to wait. This is the first Telltale series where I'm waiting till it's all out before I play it.
Yeah, it's not memorable. Like, I'm barely remembering what happened in it, and I played it like 4 days ago.
You guys were saying that. I think it was you guys who were speculating that like you think that they don't have as much leeway with the content as like they do with the DC stuff. Like
Yeah.
they're pretty locked into like Marvel brand stuff.
But they have like the Kree in it, and they have like a bunch of Fox licensing and like different characters, and they talk about stuff that like
so this is licensed off the comic and not the movie.
it's licensed off the comic. Yeah,
Which is
100%.
interesting because a lot of the character costumes
They're all based off the movie,
not-
they have the personalities of the movie versions and not the comic versions.
Yeah.
and they have all the same characters from the movie, including like the new characters from the movie are in this.
like Mantis.
Yeah, Mantis
Yeah.
comes up, and she's like the exact same character in the movie. It's really weird.
That's why I was like, is it maybe a limitation from Marvel that they have to make certain elements of it the same as the movie? Because maybe that's
I
where
don't
it's
think they
coming
would allow you to kill Thanos if that was true.
Yeah.
from. No, but they probably gave them.
They make Thanos look super weak.
Yeah, but I still think that it's just multiple man's multiple copy. Of Thanos.
After the
Or
end
the
of the
chameleon.
third episode, he actually might
Was
be
he wearing
dead.
like a cool belt, like the
No.
chameleon does?
No. He might actually be dead. The chameleon couldn't be in space either.
I mean, it'll be just like that
Or multiple man.
second Inuyasha movie where they kill Naraku and then they find out at the end, oh, by the way, Naraku's not actually dead.
Now, the third episode delves into Thanos' backstory.
Get hyped.
Don't get hyped.
Anyways,
He's a purple monster man. Who
get
likes-
hyped
who
about a
likes
game
death.
that is actually good. Life is Strange Before the Storm,
Yes.
episode 1. Awake. It's fantastic.
Speaking of good adventure games,
Yeah.
Is it episode 1 of 4?
3, and then there's a bonus episode that comes with the deluxe edition. But yeah, it's awesome. I was really worried about it going in because I thought that the fact that none of the voice actors or actresses would be back this time would really be jarring and not good. Plus, how many good prequels are there out there?
like there's
don't
no
get too many of them?
Ashley Birch.
No
Like,
Ashley Birch.
I like Ashley Birch.
Yeah, and that's all because of the voice actor strike.
Yeah.
Ashley Birch is a writing consultant on Chloe's character, essentially. So she like helps define sort of how Chloe is in that game. And it's actually the person who used to do mocap for Chloe is actually the voice actress for Chloe this time around.
Interesting.
And it was a little jarring for the first 5 minutes, but after the first 5 minutes, like honestly, I just didn't even think about it again. Like, it was really well written. Again, they don't have the time powers this time around, so it actually felt a lot more grounded this time around than the actual Life is Strange first season was. All the character writing is really well done. I didn't mind some of the choices. Again, I don't think they're going to be as impacting this time around, but I don't think that's the point of this.
Right.
Like, it's more about sort of exploring the bond between Rachel Amber and Chloe and sort of seeing how that dynamic works. We'd only heard about it through text and voice last time around, but this time we're actually seeing it in action, which is kind of cool. And it's very much more like a coming of age story this time around than last time, because last time it was a bit of that mixed with time travel, whereas this is leans so much more into that independent movie vibe, like very much coming of age story, like teen movie kind of thing. So I really, really liked it. I was more impressed with it than I thought it was.
How long was your playthrough?
3 hours.
Oh, wow.
But they're all short. These are all like Life is Strange. Like all 5 episodes from the first season were all the same length as this. They're all about 3 hours each. Like, because again, they're basically Telltale games. That's what makes them kind of cool. Like,
But much longer.
yeah, I've said this about Life is Strange when we talked about Life is Strange last year. It's the best Telltale game, period. even though it's not made by Telltale, which is
Right.
kind of cool. So yeah, I really recommend it to people to go play, even if you decide to do what Brock's doing, which is waiting until everything's out and then playing it then. Because even then, I think it'll be good. But obviously, play the first season before playing this. Even though it's a prequel, it assumes you've played the first season with all the references it throws at you and things like that. So you should definitely do that. Again, I played Persona 5, finished it, loved it. I've also been playing Azure Striker Gunvolt on the Nintendo Switch.
Excuse me, what?
Azure Striker Gunvolt is a game from Indie Creates, the same people who made Blaster Master Zero and Mighty Gunvolt.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Of course, this is a Gunvolt game.
They're also the people who made Mega Man 9 and 10, as well as the Mega Man, the series you like on GBA or DS, Drew.
Oh, the ZX games.
Yeah, they're
ZX
the
games
people
are
who made the
so fucking
ZX
good.
games. Yeah,
Those games, because they're like Metroidvania / Mega Man games. They're really great.
yeah,
They're really great.
So this game reminds me of those games, except it is more linear. It's not as much of a Metroidvania game. Because the pack that just came to Switch is a combo of both games. So the second game is more Metroidvania. The first one's more linear, like Mega Man, which is kind of cool. And it follows two different characters, so you get to see two sides of a similar story, which is kind of cool. I'm not too far in it. I missed those games on 3DS when they came there because that's where they originally launched. But it's a lot of fun. I've actually been pretty impressed with it. And that's sort of been my on-the-go game until Metroid comes next weekend, which I'm excited about. All right. So let's get into topic 2. So speaking of Nintendo, Nintendo had its Nindies showcase, and since we're running a little bit late on the show, I don't want to go over all these, but we're going to talk about the more important ones. So number 1, Super Meat Boy Forever was confirmed. We kind of knew this was coming because we knew there was a new Meat Boy game in development. It's coming in 2018 to Switch, PC, PS4, Xbox One, and mobile.
Is it a full sequel?
It is a full sequel to Super Meat Boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
It also has multiplayer this time around too, which is going to be fucked up.
Now, is it not coming to Switch first?
I think they said in the presentation it was a Switch exclusive, but then after the presentation, the developer confirmed, no, it's coming to everything at the same time.
Yeah, because the press
Which is
release
really
didn't
weird.
list anything else other than Switch.
Yeah, this is in fact, if you go back and watch the trailer on their official site now, it has all the logos I just mentioned. Because it actually even has like Apple iOS and Android on it, which I didn't know was coming to the
God, I love Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
I think this is Super Meat Boy is one of those games I think is a really good fit on the Switch. I think that's a game that will work really well.
It's also super fucking difficult.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
get hyped for that.
Yeah, to have like an ultra hard platformer on the Switch is also
One day,
pretty cool thing.
I will finish that game.
Yeah,
Will you?
No, probably not. Probably not.
Dr. Fetus.
I'm close though.
Yeah?
I'm really close.
It's a weird.
I've been
fuck
chipping
game.
away since it first came out.
Nice.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Speaking of really hard 2D platformers, Shovel Knight King of Cards was announced. It's coming early in 2018. This is the final piece of Shovel Knight DLC that's coming. It is of King Knight, so you get to play as him, and it looks really fucking hard because they had it playable at PAX, and some of the gameplay demos of that is he uses a dash attack, which is similar to you using the fist from the original Shovel Knight. It's an item in that game, so if you played that game recently, you know what I'm talking about. Combined with this spin move, so he dashes, he spins in a circle, and so he allows him to drill into areas and do different things. But yeah, that game
Is that his alternative to digging?
yeah, or like
Okay.
using the shovel, like the downward shovel.
Yeah.
Is his downward spin essentially.
Right.
But yeah, it looks like there's a lot of platforming that involves like using like enemy projectiles to propel you forward and stuff, like similar to like even like Mario Maker speedruns.
Was that one of the hardest levels in Mario Maker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh god, this game's gonna be really tough.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for it. Like again, it's the last piece of Shovel Knight DLC before they make whatever next game is after Shovel Knight.
I'm really gonna have to pull my GBA or my GBA, yeah, that too. My 3DS out of the bottom of a drawer somewhere, aren't I?
Yeah.
Between that and Metroid,
Yeah. Especially because, too, the nice thing about Shovel Knight, if you've already owned Shovel Knight, you get all the campaigns for free, including this.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool
And
that.
it's so worth it.
Yeah. Especially like we played, like you and I both played Spectre of Torment, and it
Yeah,
was awesome.
I love Spectre.
I'm probably gonna. All right, you've got me. I will plug
only-
in my 3DS when I get home.
I've said it before. I just don't like Plague Knight.
Yeah.
I
The Plague Knight
couldn't
DLC.
get through that one.
Yeah. It's not great. And not only that, it's so similar to the first game that
Yeah.
it's tough to really go back and play that, especially when
And I don't like his moveset at all.
Yeah.
It seems really random.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Golf Story is a golf RPG coming this September.
Yes.
to Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
Speaking of everybody's golf, that game looks awesome.
I am
Golf Story.
so stoked on that.
Yeah.
I'm deeply confused. A golf RPG?
It's like Stardew Valley, but with golf.
It's actually more like there was a GBA Mario Golf game called I don't remember what it was called, where it was like basically an RPG, and it's just like that's what Golf Story looks like.
Or like some of like the quest lines, like one of them is like you become just a desperate alcoholic, and one of them you become like a womanizer and you cheat on your wife and you become disgraced. What other horrible things have golf players done?
You just drive around on a golf cart.
Drunk.
Yeah, just hang out with people.
It's like golf is a place where like it's like the temple of crony capitalism, functional alcoholism, and like I don't know, adultery. It's the sport of my people, but also of like white people.
Yeah.
This is kind of interesting. I really want to see what they're gonna do with this.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, same here.
I love Stardew, so if you're telling me it's like Stardew with golf, I'm okay
When's
with
that coming out?
September. They just said September.
Ah, that's now.
Who's
I know.
developing it?
I don't don't remember off the top of my head. It's an indie studio that I've
small
never heard of.
company.
Yeah. Nobody we know though.
Again, most of these are like most companies that I've never heard of,
Cool.
or have only done like 1 or 2 games. Next up, Kentucky Route Zero TV
Yes.
edition is coming to PS4, Switch, and Xbox One in early 2018. Again, the video said it was Switch only, console exclusive, but in fact they clarified afterward that no, that's something.
I've been waiting 5 years for this fucking thing to end.
Yeah, but and again, the 5th and final episode is coming at the same time as this on PC. So it's good. The console release is coinciding with the 5th and final episode release. I've never played this.
Kentucky Route Zero is one of my favorite games. It's incredible.
It's super weird,
super
too.
fun,
Yeah.
I kind of want to play
and
this when it comes
incredibly
out.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seems like it's a little weird game.
That is a must buy on the Switch.
Nice.
It reminds me of what's that game? I played it recently. It's a little Until Dawn-ish. The 2D adventure game with the radio frequencies.
Oh, Oxenfree?
Oxenfree.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a little Oxenfree-esque.
You played Oxenfree?
Yeah, I love Oxenfree.
It's so good.
It's gonna be
It's free on Games with Gold.
free on Games with Gold as of now because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
now September. Holy shit.
Tuesday,
Finally go
tomorrow.
get
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. If you haven't played Oxenfree, go play Oxenfree. That's also good. And Kentucky Route Zero and some other things.
Next up, SteamWorld Dig 2 is coming to Nintendo Switch on September 21st. It's a game I've never played, but it's a game I should play because it's a Metroidvania and it looks cool.
Yeah.
So, next up, we're not talking about that one. Dragon, Marked for Death, is coming to Nintendo Switch this winter. It's a 16-bit style action RPG in the vein of Dragon's Crown or Dungeons and Dragons Chronicles of Mystara, which
All right.
which makes this game look fucking awesome because I
I'm okay
love
with
Dragon's
that.
Crown.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
talked about this before.
I need
like, a long
to.
time
That's
ago.
another game I need to go back and play some more. Like I got fed up with Dragon's Crown when it was clear that I was in the grinding phase of Dragon's Crown because like Dragon's Crown's loop is like you play a bunch of like areas and then you hit a wall and you have to go back and basically play through some of the same areas but trying to do like different like
objectives because there's an A route and a B route.
Yeah.
Because again, it's very much based off the Capcom arcade D&D games from a long time ago, where they're basically beat 'em ups like in the same vein.
or like Golden Axe or something like that. Yeah.
Also, Dragon's Crown with 4 people is fucking amazing. Like it's such a good game. But yeah, this is being developed by Indie Crates, the same people who make Azure Striker Gunvolt and all those games. So they're absolutely killing it on the Switch, by the way, because they've had a lot of good Switch games. Oxenfree, speaking of Oxenfree, is coming to Nintendo Switch this October.
I will buy it again
So
because I love this game.
Go play it on Switch. And last but not least, and this announcement kind of came out of nowhere, even though this was kind of announced at the announcement of the Nintendo Switch. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes was announced. It is coming sometime in 2018.
I'm stoked.
And it has a weird setup too, because you go into 6 different indie games and then you play them. One of them is Hotline Miami. So it's somehow like Travis somehow gets sucked into Hotline Miami, and it's weird. We don't know how any of this stuff works because the trailer didn't really show any of that other than Hotline Miami just for a little bit. But then we didn't see any gameplay, so I have no idea how this.
This game looks very odd.
Yeah. Well, No More Heroes. Have you ever played those games? Because they're all odd.
Yeah. It's the only game in which you have to jack off a lightsaber.
That is 100% true. The motion controls were dead on with that game.
Yeah.
That's what you did in that game.
Yes. Suda is an odd guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So notable absences from this conference, of course, Stardew Valley. Still don't know when that's coming out. Although they did say that it's been submitted for cert, so it should be soon.
That's
It
good
was
news.
supposed to be September.
Yeah.
I think it'll probably hit in September.
Yeah.
I gotta imagine that the multiplayer stuff that they're doing on it is probably the big slowdown because that shit's hard.
Yeah.
Especially on a platform that doesn't have a developed like actual multiplayer network. Yeah.
I feel like we're just gonna hear about it. Like there will just be a press release and it'll be out that week.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's gonna happen with this game. Other notable omission is Rocket League, which was at the last indie event. We know it's coming. We just don't know when.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be this year.
I
Still,
thought it was December.
they haven't announced a date yet. They just said 2017, late 2017. So I was kind of hoping we'd hear release dates for both, but we did not hear about either one of them. All right. So next topic, the SNES Classic. Now this is something we've wanted to talk about pretty much since the SNES Classic went on sale, basically for pre-orders, because we didn't really hear about this until this happened. But we kind of wanted to talk about how, in Canada specifically, because this is a very Canadian show, of course, ladies and gentlemen, how the SNES Classic isn't available in Quebec, which is really bizarre to me. Like, it seems really weird. So one thing we talked about, I think, Brock, you and I were on the show with Sean. We briefly touched on this, but we didn't really have a discussion about it because we didn't really have all the information at the time. But we had speculated that it was because there was no French language on the device, and because it wasn't able to be sold in Quebec. But actually, there was an article a few weeks ago on Journal de Montreal, which is like basically the Montreal Journal website, which is a newspaper. They basically talked to the Quebec local, like the government, like the board that basically determines what's sold in Quebec and what isn't. And they talked about how they had literally nothing to do with this. Basically, according to them, it was, quote, a Nintendo business decision.
Yeah. I think I can shed a little bit of light on this. This is especially because, so here's the deal. We're bilingual here in Canada. Certainly language laws have a thing to do with this. If somebody is telling you that it doesn't, they're wrong or they're lying. In Canada, we have certain labeling restrictions and stuff like that. But if a product is only designed for an English market, like you can sell it with English only titles. So you can sell. You can, like, not everything has to have a bilingual. The only thing that has to be bilingual is the title and the company name, and the company name can be the same in English as in French, right? So like Microsoft doesn't have to have Le Microsoft or something like that on their products
Because it doesn't make any sense for them.
Yeah, and that being said, like if there's a movie that there's no French version of or whatever, like they don't have to put a French version of a movie out. But if you had a version of a movie that did have a French language track on it, then there's certain information that you have to include on the packaging. That's true for like things like multimedia and stuff. For other things, for other packaging, for other products, things like food and stuff like that, that's different. There's different requirements for what they have to include. But specifically for like multimedia products, it's different. But those language laws are specific to all of Canada except Quebec, because Quebec has their own set of language laws that are very different.
Yeah.
And in Quebec, there is one particular category, which is toys and games. And toys and games have a very specific requirement. This includes, and then also like movies and multimedia, there's some other stuff there too. Like you can't put a product out in Quebec without including like certain French language labeling and stuff like that. One of the things is toys and games, there has to be some sort of like French language insert with like the company location info and stuff like that. So there's all kinds of very specific requirements that you'd have to do. You'd have to package that product slightly differently for Quebec. Now, what happens most of the time is they just take the French, like the France version of a product, and then release it in Quebec, and then boom, you're good, right? Like you'll notice like on all of our games here in Canada, there doesn't have to be bilingual product packaging. Like Mass Effect 2 doesn't have Mass Effect 2 / Le Mass Effect 2 on it, right?
Yeah, I think
Like,
it has like a reversible cover that's like the French cover or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like all the French information's in the instruction booklet.
so that's the thing. Like, it doesn't have to be on the cover, but they do have to include it somewhere, which means that, again, they would either have to use a French version of it or repackage it for Quebec, which means that they probably didn't want to have to ship a bunch of separate units either from France or either like repackage a bunch just for retail sale in Quebec. Right?
And especially because it's different in France too. It's a different SKU than what's here.
Yes, yeah, it would be like so, and it would limit what they could sell in, because then they would have like a French. They wouldn't have necessarily a bilingual version. They would just have an all French version, which they could sell in Quebec, but then that would again limit what they could do. So I think they're just relying on the fact that if people in Quebec really want this, like if you're a really big fan, you'll figure out a way to get it online. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, there's such a limited number of these things, and it sounds like their distribution stream and stuff like this for this stuff is just not something that can support a big, like a big distribution plan that goes to such a limited market.
Yeah.
It sounds like it wouldn't have been worth it. They probably would have spent more money hiring someone to put the little like French language like slips in. It's not that they can't sell a game that doesn't have French language on it. There's also some restrictions with that as well. So yeah, it would have been it just sounds to me like it would have cost them more money than they would have made on the product.
Yeah, and it just sounds weird to me because this has really been like the first case I think we've seen in this in a long time of like either a game or even a movie or something like that just couldn't come out in Quebec.
Was the mini NES sold in Quebec?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, it seemed really weird when we first started. And the way they sort of announced it was that morning when pre-orders went up. Oh, by the way, you can't buy this if you have a Quebec address.
Yeah.
It just seemed so bizarre to me.
Yeah. So
And we had a lot of friends on Twitter who are from Quebec who were freaking. They're like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah. Yeah. That it's bullshit. You know, like I wish it were easier for this stuff. I mean, the reality is that it's a combination of the fact that in Canada we're a limited market, Quebec is an even more limited market, and then the Quebec language laws are certainly an aspect of this. It sucks because it just means that, like, as usual, the big markets, i.e. the United States, Europe, and Japan, get served the most, and we get served the least, right? Like it'll be like If it makes anybody feel any better, remember when Rock Band 1 came out in Canada?
Oh, God.
It came out like 8 months later because they diverted as many copies to the U.S. as possible.
I went and bought my copy in the States.
Yeah, like I remember going to the store and being like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "We don't know. They just haven't sent us any yet." Yeah. You know, it's just a fact of living up here in the goddamn frozen north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again, I remember like going to Buffalo and getting it and bringing it back. It was so weird.
Yeah. So, I mean, these are the economic realities of living here. I mean, if you really want to make it happen, it means you're going to have to pay more money and have it imported somehow.
Well, you'll have to go on eBay, basically.
Yeah.
Or PlayAsia if they have, like, the Japanese, like, Super Famicom versions or whatever.
So, the pre-orders went out. You guys managed to get your pre-orders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shockingly.
I was surprised
I was
because, like, after that, it was pretty tough. We've heard some sob stories from a lot of people. Jonathan Orr, from our friend from CBC, he had a really hard time. He ended up pre-ordering his from London Drugs.
Yeah, I heard that a lot of people got it from there. Yeah.
Yeah. So London Drugs is a big pharmacy, like in like South Ontario, like south of you where we are.
It's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
On the West Coast.
Yeah.
It's horrible. I can't believe they're still around.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I only managed to get mine because like EB Games or whatever had sold out of them, but then I kept going back to the website because I had heard that their stock was going in and out of stock.
Yeah.
So then
As they were
eventually, like,
confirming,
so I actually managed to find a time where there was like, stock were up. And actually, I helped out a friend of the show, Riley Little. I threw him the link, and he was actually
awesome.
in the same way too. So
I'm glad you guys. I didn't get one just because. You know, my family's going through a transition right now. My fiance is starting a new job, so we're like, we gotta hoard all of the money that we've got until we bridge the gap from my fiance stopping one job and starting another. You know, like, which always happens. That has nothing to do with like anything other than the fact that like you've got to wait for like her to get on the payroll and stuff. So that means that like there's a you know, all that fun stuff of like just getting your finances ordered and just being a little bit more cautious. So throwing $100 at our friends at Nintendo was not an option for me at the time.
Yeah.
Though what it has done is inspired me, because I think we talked about this before. I really wanted the Super Famicom version of it, or the European version actually.
Yeah.
Which I think is a much cooler design. As much as I love the Super Nintendo.
The European
Yeah.
one's probably the best one, only because it's
sure.
in English.
Yeah.
It has the same games as here, but it has the better design.
Yeah. So I think what I might end up doing is building a RetroPie and putting it in one of those, there's a bunch of people on Shapeways and stuff that are making those ones, because the economic reality of trying to get one of those imported here, which is it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
So I might end up just building my own just for shits and giggles. So
And Raspberry Pi goes for about $35.
yeah. And then there's all kinds of cool front ends on the Pi and stuff like that. And yeah.
I haven't touched mine in a year, so I'm gonna touch the Super NES.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then all my cartridges that have been collecting dust in the closet for years, I can just start playing those games again. And
yeah, I was gonna say, because that's what I do. I don't have a Raspberry Pi, but I have old cartridges, and that's usually what I play all the time.
Yeah, you've got your retro on.
Because again, there are just some games you have to play on old cartridges, like licensed games and stuff like that. They will never ever reprint ever.
Yeah. So yeah, and hopefully somebody.
How are we gonna play Turtles in Time?
Yeah.
Without that.
I'm sorry, I just thought about a game I want to play for Extra Life.
Yeah.
Count me down for Cool Spot.
Oh god.
So I'll come over and play
gonna happen.
Star Fox 2.
You have it?
Not here, but I can get it.
Yeah, I'll play Star Fox 2 over at one of your guys' places, and yeah, that'll be
Great.
good.
Yeah.
You'll be the only one who'll play it on mine.
Yeah.
Because I don't really care to touch it.
Really?
You're-
I am not
You're
a
not
Star
even
Fox
curious?
fan. No,
No.
I am not a Star Fox fan.
You'll even have to unlock it for Brock because he won't play Star Fox 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played a lot of Star Fox 1. As a matter of fact, when I was a kid, I made an R-wing out of balsa wood with my dad's help. That was fun. I really liked Star Fox.
Star Fox was always the game that was at Blockbuster, that was left over on a Friday night that I usually ended up having to take home, and I hated it every single weekend I played it.
Yeah.
Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll.
Or as they say in the video game, yip, yip, yip. There are no voices in the SNES one. It's all gibberish, right? Yeah.
The game I'm actually really excited to play in is Final Fantasy III, because I've never played the Super Nintendo version of Final Fantasy III. I've only played the PlayStation port of it.
Oh.
So I've never played the original version, and I'm like, I really want to play it without the CG cutscenes and stuff.
Yeah, I burned that fucking cartridge out. I remember doing something to that. The rental copy, my buddy and I rented that game so many times from our store, the rental place. I think we ended up wearing out the contacts on it or something.
Yeah.
I fucking love that
Did you have to
game.
restart then every weekend?
A couple of times
Yeah.
we did. A couple of times. I remember there are a few times we get it back and it would still have our save on it.
Right.
And I think at one point it got erased. Yeah.
I was definitely that kid that deleted everyone's save off those rental copies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember there was always you pick up a game and there'd be a rental copy and there'd be some save that was super high level.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, should I touch this and see what it's like later in the game?
I mean, it gives you a preview of what to expect.
I remember A Link to the Past. Before I bought a copy of A Link to the Past, I remember renting it 2 or 3 times, and there was always this super high level save on it, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? What magic arrows? How do I get these?
Or sometimes you'd get a super a rental copy of a game, and it had 3 save slots, and they were all at the end of the game, and you're like,
Yeah.
well, do I want to delete any of these?
Yeah, which one do I pick?
Yeah, because you only have 3 save slots, and
Yeah.
they're all taken up by
So
the ones that are finished.
All that to say, sorry to
Our
people
friends
who
in
like
Quebec,
video
yeah.
games in Quebec. That fucking sucks.
Yeah,
That blows.
And especially just the way the news was doled out is just
Yeah.
There's literally, I know a lot of people who really wanted it, and it's just they couldn't get it because they woke up that morning and it's oh, by the way, you can't order this here.
Yeah.
You guys can send it to my house, and I swear to God, I'll get it to you
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
for a price.
For a 300% markup. So
Why don't you just go back to New Jersey, Brock, and pick one up there?
I probably could.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
could. Hey,
just
weren't you playing StarCraft this week?
the StarCraft
The first one.
no,
Oh.
I was going to, but I forgot.
Sorry, I got distracted. I saw StarCraft down there, and I thought one of you was playing StarCraft.
I have it. I haven't played it.
Yeah, we were
But
talking
I
about playing
wanna
with
play
Sean, and then I don't know, shit, life happened. I can't remember.
Yeah, he's been streaming a lot.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Sean Capri, of course, friend of the
Capri's
show.
been playing StarCraft though.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
he's actually been streaming it.
Yeah,
okay.
Almost every night, I think.
I was
Wow.
playing StarCraft 2 a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was finally playing the Protoss campaign.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I haven't played that game in a long time because again I used to be in the pro league for Wings of Liberty and I just haven't really played it.
the Zerg I really like those games for the single player campaign, and the Zerg campaign just killed me. I was like, this is fucking stupid.
Oh, it's great though because you get to play the Zerg. The Zerg's the best race.
I do like playing as the Zerg. I just hated that they totally backpedaled narratively. Like Wings of Liberty is all about freeing the Queen of Blades from the Zerg thrall, and then the
She goes right back to it.
Within 3 seconds she's right back at it.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, it's cool. She's in her old ghost costume, and she's not all zerged up. She's just got some weird monster dreadlocks, and then all of a sudden, boom, she's back to her weird purple boobs. Yeah.
I mean, it need to happen. That's how it works.
Fun question: if Zergs are insects, and she's mostly Zerg, why does she have boobs?
Sexy bug.
Bugs don't lactate.
I don't know, man.
They're not mammals.
Because she's only half Zerg.
Oh.
She's a human Zerg hybrid.
It's a good thing she kept the part of the human that gives her a really, really shapy figure that gives her big hips and stuff.
You don't say this stuff about Admiral Stukov, who's also an infested Terran, a half human, half Zerg hybrid. He was in Brood War.
He's not infested. He's just, or rather, he's not a hybrid. He's straight up has the Zerg in his body.
He's got the little arms with the little spikes on him sticking out of his back.
Yeah.
Would you?
Starcraft's a weird game.
Would you do it?
Her?
Yeah.
There's got to be some weird teeth or something down there.
Cool. I'm in.
That's not for me. I imagine there'd be a lot of mucus or something.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Isn't there usually?
Oh no!
Just too far, man.
We lasted an hour,
and it happened. Show's officially off the rails again.
I can't. My family can't listen to this show.
Yeah.
God
There
damn
are
it!
children who listen to this show, Brock. Look what you've done. All right.
I'm very pleased with myself.
It's so hard to segue out of this, but we're gonna have to. So we're gonna wrap up the news for this week.
This next bit of news is gonna come out like a snot rocket.
Actually,
Let's
no,
go.
This is all Brock's. This news this week is Brock's revenge because these are all news stories that Brock hates.
Okay, great.
So number one, this is something that Drew and I will get excited about at least. Wizards of the Coast has announced on September 7th. That's this week.
Yeah, that's in 2 days.
I think it's on Thursday.
Yeah.
They will be live streaming a full reveal of Magic the Gathering Arena, which is the follow-up to Magic Duels, which is a game that you and I both really liked.
And Magic Online?
Kind of, but not really.
Are they still? Do they still have support for Magic Online?
Yeah, it still exists. So
I guess there's so much money in it; it would be hard to discontinue it.
Not only that, but people's collections for Magic Online retail in the hundreds of thousands for some people.
That's what I mean. Like so many people are so invested in that game.
They can't just pull the plug.
Yeah, you can't just shut it off.
Yeah. So it's coming on Thursday at 4 p.m. on the Magic Twitch page. I will be watching because I'm very excited about this. They've been talking about it. It was codenamed Magic Digital Next, and it's been in production with former leads at Microsoft. And it's basically going to be like their Hearthstone rival, which again,
awesome.
I wonder how it's going to turn out.
Do you think you'll be able to buy and sell singles on the console?
I don't know, and we also don't know if it's coming to consoles.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
But I
hope so.
I have a sneaking suspicion when we first heard about this, it sounded like at least it's going to come to Xbox because again, they already have that partnership, and people who used to work at Microsoft are working on this.
Yeah.
So it sounds like they're really it's going to be solid, much more solid than Duels, I think. Even
I'm really excited about this. I hopefully it starts with the current expansion that just is coming out right now. Ixalan, which
it's got dinosaurs and pirates in it.
Yeah, dinosaurs, pirates, mer people. I really like the Ixalan setting. I think it's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially after something like Amonkhet with the Hour of Devastation and stuff like that. All serious.
This is all like they're having fun with this.
Yeah.
Like there's like the treasure map, like it's an artifact that transforms into a land. What the fuck?
Yeah, a land crazy. That is also a treasure chest.
Yeah.
Get out. All right. Speaking of cards, there's another card announcement that just warms Brock's hard. Sony has announced that Hex Card Clash is coming to PS4. It's a full port of the PC version of Hex minus the PvE campaign, though they haven't ruled out that won't be added later. It's coming sometime later this year, but there's no exact release date. Hex is kind of cool. Hex is also a lot like Magic the Gathering, except it's different.
Yeah, and in so much as that I won't play it.
Yeah. it's cool because it's basically Magic the Gathering on PS4, which we haven't had.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of...
I don't know. See, this is the thing. Like, I'm all for... This is going to sound fucking backwards. I'm all for having these card games out there. I love a bunch of these card games. I've never played Hearthstone, but I love Magic. I think Magic is a fun game.
Hearthstone's probably one of the best card games out there.
Yeah. The problem is that, like, Hearthstone, just like anything Blizzard does, has become insanely popular and everybody's aping it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, everyone wants to be Hearthstone. So we've got, like I'm going to be straight up, like, Witcher or not, Gwent just turns my stomach. You know?
Even I don't like Gwent, and I really like card games.
Yeah, like, fuck Gwent. This, I guess, more to the point, it's just like we're just gonna get flooded with a bunch of card games, and like,
Though people really like the card like Gwent in The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
That's what they spent their time doing.
That's the whole reason it became its own game.
Yeah.
And now they're pushing esports on it, which also makes me want to hate it more.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Kind of like
fuck that.
Hearthstone.
Yeah. Well, no. Again, like Hearthstone, they didn't push esports on it.
Esports
Hearthstone
got
became really popular, and then the esport followed.
Yeah.
Right.
It's still like always in the top 5 concurrents on Twitch.
Like we've talked
Every
about that in
day.
the past. It's like you can't make it. Like certainly you can make a game esport friendly, but to have a big esport marketing push, like let the game become popular. Let the esport grow out of it. Don't have a trailer with a guy shoutcasting.
Yeah.
I.e., like they did at fucking E3 for that one game that we've already forgotten the name of.
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about. The one on the Xbox stage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy came out and did a showcast, and they're like, I don't care. You know.
It's like the
Don't jam these things down our throats. I only have enough like energy to follow like one or two of these games.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the one with the fucking eye toy where you put the cards.
Oh, Eye of the Beholder.
Eye of the Beholder. Let's bring that back.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I actually have that in my closet.
Let's make it VR or something. Eye of the Beholder VR.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh no, Eye of Judgment. That's what it's called.
Eye of Judgment.
That's why I got confused.
Yeah.
And
Do you know Eye of Judgment, Brock?
Nope.
So the idea was what you do is you set up your PlayStation Eye,
yeah.
back when it was called
Because
that.
actually it was the game that came with the PlayStation
Yeah.
when you bought it.
So you'd set it up above the table, and you'd have cards, and you played the card. And when you did
Like physical cards.
physical cards, and then it would scan the card, and then it would project like a little 3D thing on top of it. So like
Yeah.
it was like an augmented
Advertised this
reality
heavily,
thing
didn't they?
for a period of time.
Yeah.
Because it was
a cool idea.
It came with the PS3 Eye toy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a pain in the ass. The reason why card games are popular is because they're portable and they're easy to set up, and they're typically they're fast to get going, right? Like that's one of the people like Hearthstone, right? You take up Hearthstone and you can be playing a game with a matter of seconds,
Or even
right?
like Magic Online, same way,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
you
it's exactly
hop
what I
into a
do.
game right away.
Yeah. Or like if you and me are going to play in real life, like we sit down, I put my deck in front of me, you put your deck in front of you, and away we're going.
Kind of like that Commander deck I have across from us.
Kind of like that Commander deck.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to play Eye of Judgment, it was like, let's play a game. Turn on my console, set up the camera, dig the cards out. Make sure you pull. Make sure the table is in view of the TV. All that shit.
You know what the best part about Eye of Judgment was?
What?
It didn't work.
Oh yeah, and then also it broke a lot.
Because it didn't break. It just wouldn't read the cards.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't track the cards properly.
You actually would have to do like the type of lighting we have in the game studio right now, where there are big lights on us.
We got
so
big
you can see us.
softboxes, and
You basically have to light it like that in order for it to read the cards.
Yeah.
Which was the worst. Mm-hmm. I used to play that game a lot, and
Yeah.
it didn't work. So, next up, and again, more news that just warms Brock's heart. Capcom has announced Dead Rising 4 Frank's Big Package is coming to PS4
fuck off.
on December 5th.
Let's let that game never die.
It even has new content. So it includes all the DLC, as well as bonus outfits from other Capcom characters that Frank can access, and it allows him to use all their powers. So
First off, Dead Rising 4 is bad. The DLC is very bad.
yeah.
This just sounds bad. I would not recommend this game.
Yeah. It's too bad.
Dead Rising 4 is not like any Dead Rising game.
Yeah, they did a bunch of
Come
made a
before.
bunch of weird decisions with it.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a demo on Xbox. First of all, like a full game trial. If you actually are curious about Dead Rising 4, if you have an Xbox, and you can check that out. But yeah, like I played that, and I'm like, I probably don't need to buy this game.
No,
It's
it's
just not
really
for me.
short.
Yeah, I know some people actually did like it, but it was like there are not too many of those people.
And they probably didn't like the original Dead Rising
Yeah,
because it's very
it's
different.
very different. Like even something like Dead Rising 3, which we didn't play like too long ago because it was an Xbox
I
One
didn't
launch
really
game.
like that one.
But it was at least more like the old Dead Rising.
Yeah, it was okay.
Plus,
But
I
it was
mean-
no 1 or 2.
And 1 and 2 you can play on current consoles as well. They're also out because they had that triple pack or whatever last year.
that has become incredibly cheap now.
Yeah. Or even like I just bought Dead Rising 1 because I don't like Dead Rising 2 and it was like $10. I'm like, okay, I can do that.
And 1 still holds up. It's a really fun game.
Yeah.
And really stressful.
Yeah. That's also when Shinji Mikami was still actually working on the series. So he didn't work on any of the newer ones because he just
4
worked
is
at Capcom.
4 is really good if you just want to kill a bunch of zombies with no difficulty.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was your big takeaway because you did a review a long time
I don't
ago
think
where-
I died the whole game.
Yeah, like
it's
it was-
impossible to die.
Yeah, because it was just
You have like unlimited health.
I think they patched that in over the course of time.
I really appreciated in 3 that they made it easier, like because I found like 1 and 2,
1 was super hard.
yeah, like way too hard.
Yeah.
Like there had to be like some middle ground.
I still can't believe I finished that game with like the true ending or whatever because that was so
Oh my
so fucking
God.
hard.
I don't know how you.
I mean, that game
is
basically like you have to
hard.
grind it out, like you because like your levels were persistent from run to run, right? So
Yeah.
like you grind out to a certain level, like fail halfway through the game, or like
You
you
have
have
to
to
go-
play all the way through all 3 days and then do a new game plus and then and like so you have more and more stuff and your stats were high enough that
Essentially,
It
to
didn't
get
really
the true ending, you had to play 3 full playthroughs.
yeah.
It didn't really explain that to you too. That
No.
if you die, you should keep going.
Yeah.
Like, don't restart the whole thing. Like
Yeah.
you need to keep you need to die.
Yeah.
To progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you need to find magazines or books.
They're
Yeah.
actually useful.
I appreciated that, like, they took some of the constraints off because at a certain point it's just like, I just want to, like, be a little sandboxy and have some fun. But, like, there's a line to that, right? Like, it goes too far, you know? It's the same, like Grand Theft Auto, like, they could give you unlimited money right off the bat, but that wouldn't be fun,
No,
you know?
that's why there's cheat codes in that game.
Yeah. And those are two very different experiences, right? Like one, it's like you find a car that you really like, and then you're very conservative with it until you get it to a garage and you save it, right? Like whereas the other, it's like, well, I can just put more money in my bank and just go buy another one.
I mean, that was the problem with Saints Row 4, where it was
Yeah.
too easy because of that. You could just spawn tanks and stuff.
Yeah,
At the very beginning
over
of
and
the
over
game.
and over again, or hover jets or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fun game, but it was still like that was its biggest problem compared to Sin to the
4
other
was
Saints Row games.
just sandbox.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there was nothing but sandbox.
Same-
Well, especially when like you didn't need vehicles to get around anymore. Like the importance of the vehicles went right through.
You didn't need a car because you
before
ran
you
up
didn't care.
buildings.
Yeah, you didn't
Yeah.
matter.
Just
yeah.
like in Crackdown.
Yeah, like if you can travel faster than a car, then the cars literally just become window dressing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? That's it. So what's the point? If you can fly faster than a plane, then again the planes just become window dressing.
Yeah.
Also,
know.
the fact that they brought Frank West back was really annoying.
Well, no, it would have been fine if it was the same voice actor.
Yeah.
But
If it was even the same character,
yeah,
'cause they
he didn't
changed
even
him a
act
lot.
like
Yeah,
the
they
same.
totally
He didn't even
changed,
act
yeah.
like the same character.
You're right.
It was really, and he looked younger. And
Yeah.
like, it was really weird.
Yeah.
Kind of like how over the progression of all the Splinter Cell games, how Sam Fisher was like an old man at the beginning and then became younger and younger as the series went on until
Yeah.
like Splinter Cell Blacklist, which was a few years ago, and he was like super young.
Yeah.
Which was like, how, but it's later than the other games? How does that work?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Next up, Fire Emblem Warriors finally has a release date. It's coming to Nintendo Switch on October 20th. That's the Fire Emblem Musou. So kind of like Hyrule Warriors and all those other
Nope.
games. Next up, Sonic Forces finally has a release date. I told you.
God, there
No.
must be so much pressure on this game to be good now.
Well, again, wait till I get to the release date. It's coming
Okay.
out on November 7th. Pre-orders include a Super Monkey Ball, Jet Set Radio, Puyo Puyo, and Persona 5 bonus costumes. You can dress as Joker in this game.
Yeah.
That is super weird.
Because, yeah, they're finally using that Atlas branding to good use in Sonic games. I mean, it's a game that I think might actually be okay because Sonic Generations is a lot like this game, and Sonic Generations was a good game. It was the best 3D Sonic game.
I'm pretty excited for this game. I think it looks fun.
Yeah.
Ryan, you saying that this is or that Sonic Generations is the best 3D Sonic game reminds me a little bit of my favorite Roger Ebert quote, which is he saw Free Willy 3.
Yeah.
And he reviewed it, and he said, "It's the best Free Willy yet, and that's not saying much." And I can tell you that first part of the quote is probably going to be on the movie poster.
Yeah.
It's the best Free Willy yet, ... And that is exactly what was on the Free Willy 3 movie poster. So saying it's the best 3D Sonic game is like saying it's the best tasting shit. It's not really... They didn't really have to do much to hit the cream of the crop
Hey,
there.
it sounds like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
It's the best movie in the DC universe.
Which is not hard to do. Yeah. Makes me sad. One day they'll fucking figure out how to make a good 3D Sonic game, but I don't know if that day is today.
That time is now because you can dress as Joker or have a Puyo Puyo hat in this game. And make your own Sonic character that looks dumb. You can make your own Big the Cat.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Well, I mean, this is going to make furries happy. What can I say?
That's true.
Aren't you a
That's
furry,
you.
Drew? Thought we learned that you were a furry when you weren't here.
You told us all about this when we talked about Altered Beast.
Yeah.
Is that when I became a furry?
When you weren't here,
Yes.
that we talked about you being a furry.
It was before that because on episode 4 or 5 of Game Moose, we talked about Altered Beast and how I hate that game.
Yeah.
I think Altered Beast is probably the worst game I've ever played, period. But you
that's
defended it
extreme.
because you claim to be a furry, and
Yeah,
furries like Altered Beast.
That's true. Furries do like Altered Beast. Yeah, I'm big into yiffing. I'm not going to lie. Thing I learned from Brock today is don't go up and rub a furry's stomach randomly, because you might be copping a feel on a stranger, because that could be a man or a woman, and you don't know where their body parts are inside of there. So don't do that.
There you
You
go.
might be touching their breasts, and that might make them uncomfortable. I can tell you this, as a human being who is a man, who identifies as male, if you walked up to me, costume or not, and randomly started rubbing my stomach, regardless of who you are, I would feel very uncomfortable if I didn't know who you were. I have a hard time with even my friends doing that, let alone a stranger. So, I mean, I think that rule should just stand for everybody. Don't.
You would think so.
Don't make physical contact with someone unless they've given you express permission to do so.
Relationship moves tip number 2. Don't
Yeah.
just randomly touch people.
Yeah. So, I can do this to Brock and put my arm around, because we're buddies and we have an understanding, right?
And people just
Yeah.
touch me all the time, so
Yeah,
I'm
like-
kind of used to it.
It's kind of his thing.
But if I dropped some change on the subway and I went to go bend over and pick it up, and a person I had never seen before then touched my butthole, I would not be happy. Not good.
What if
Don't
it
do
was
it.
Kate Upton?
I mean, I'd still be like, what the fuck?
He might be flattered, but he would still.
I
be
like
what the fuck?
where this is. I appreciate that you're an attractive lady who's some kind of supermodel type, and I mean that says something about my brand, I suppose. But also, just give me a heads up next time. Maybe ask, and we'll go from there.
This happens every time we talk about Sonic, folks.
Fucking
Get
furries.
hype. Also, last note about this: the fun fact about November 7th, it's the week after Call of Duty and the week before Battlefront, and that's when all the good games come
Right.
out.
Hey,
just
guys.
come on.
If Sonic's body is blue, but his tummy is flesh colored, and his hands, is he wearing gloves?
Yeah, he wears gloves.
And he's wearing gloves.
He shaves, man. He shaves his legs.
Okay.
That's why his legs aren't blue.
That's why his legs are blue. Or aren't blue? They're tan?
They're tan.
So what color is his knob? Is it
He
blue
doesn't
or is
have.
it tan?
He doesn't
Why don't you ask that
He doesn't have
princess
a little
that
knob.
kissed him?
He doesn't have a penis?
No, he doesn't reproduce.
Huh.
Have you not seen a character sketch of Sonic before, Drew?
I've seen a character
Now-
sketch of Sonic with a penis.
Does he have a kid? He doesn't have a kid, does he?
No.
So
there's
no, he can't
no children.
reproduce.
No, the only video game character that's like that we know of that has a kid is Bowser.
Bowser definitely fucks. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
obviously.
We don't know who Mrs. Bowser is, but whoever she is, she's getting it.
Yep.
He's probably got a girthy little wiener.
Yeah. Do you think it's spiky like the rest of him?
That would be terrifying.
Oh my god.
That'd be horrifying.
Why are we talking about this?
I don't
don't
know
know.
why you guys keep bringing this shit up. Jesus Christ.
sorry.
Oh, man. All right. Last bit of news before we can wrap up.
We get banned from YouTube.
Nintendo has announced that Miiverse is coming to an end. The service will be shut down on November 8th at 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. right after Sonic Forces comes out. So you can't have your Sonic Forces artwork for this game, or you can for one day.
You know what I'm gonna draw?
Please don't.
A little Sonic dick.
The Sonic's wiener.
As soon as I saw this topic after you guys talked about it, like, you guys are obviously.
Let's be honest. He couldn't use it for anything. He would go too fast. It'd be over.
Man.
Like it'd be over so soon.
Fast is still something.
But like that fast.
Yeah.
Does anyone want it that fast?
Some people are into that. Yeah.
I'd rather take it from Knuckles. He
I'm
looks like he could choke me.
I'm more of a Big the Cat man because
He's big.
There's a reason why
He's big.
There's a reason they call him Big the Cat, and it has nothing to do with his height. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm officially on a podcast with 2 furries now. Not just one.
Here's my reaction to the Miiverse being shut down.
Segue.
Who fucking cares?
Yeah. I mean, they had cool drawings on
It was a really weird community.
It was a place where you drew Sonic's dick. Let's be
Yeah.
The
weird.
fun fact about Miiverse, and
Yeah.
the main reason why it was actually useful, it was the best way to get screenshots off your Wii U
Yeah.
or 3DS because there's no screenshot button, and unless you just take a photo of your 3DS, it's just like, how are you going to get a screenshot off that thing?
Yeah.
As long as we have the Splatoon lobby, I'll be fine.
So I'm guessing this
The
is
Splatoon
because-
lobbies, the drawings, I think, are being shut down along with this.
What? No.
No.
No, they can't. They're not going to get away with that shit.
No way.
That's not going to
Get
happen.
hyped.
Then what are you gonna have in the lobby? You can't talk to anyone.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but why would you want to? It's
To
a Nintendo
say-
game.
Yeah. So I think this is just like.
Wait a minute. Now I'm hurt.
No, actually, I don't think the Splatoon 2 lobby is, but I think it's attached to Miiverse, isn't it, though?
It might be affiliated in some way. I think this is just part of them transitioning to what
Maybe
they're.
maybe there will be a new way where those drawings will be preserved.
I think they recognize that they're insanely popular. Like,
Yeah,
people
insanely
love that
popular.
shit.
I mean,
yeah.
how else will you make your Trump memes in the Splatoon 2 lobby? With
Yeah, yeah,
Half the fun of Splatoon 2 is seeing those like little drawings.
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
So
I'm easily amused.
yeah,
Yeah.
as am I. So hopefully that shit sticks around. But I mean, there's other parts of the Miiverse that nobody really cares about.
Yeah, exactly.
And this
It's
is just them
social one.
transitioning to whatever their new online service is going to be or be called.
Yeah,
or
because I
whatever
think
the
there will
fuck
be
it is.
a Miiverse element tied into whatever the service ends up being next year when we hear more about it. So, okay, let's wrap up with our new releases and then we'll get the fuck out of here. So, this week, Destiny 2 comes out
Yes.
on Wednesday.
Yes.
Cool.
For some reason, it's not Tuesday.
Guys, we got to talk about Destiny 2 for a sec.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about pre-ordering Destiny 2.
but you said you wouldn't.
I know. Like it's really hard. It's hard to fight the urge.
Yeah,
I need you to lend me your strength.
but you can just wait till Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess.
just don't do it.
But I might not get the legendary Cold Heart.
I don't know what that means.
But it'll make you feel better because I have it.
That won't make me feel better at all.
It could.
It's a laser beam.
I know.
Will you
It'll-
use it? Will you use that laser beam?
I don't even know if it's a good weapon or not.
Well, that's the thing with pre-order weapons; they're always usually never good. I don't know how
Yeah.
good, like, because even that Destiny Galahorn in Rise of Iron, I don't think people said was very good either.
Well, yeah, when they re-released the Galahorn,
Yeah.
it didn't have the universal.
that's
appeal
why.
that
That's
people
why, like, I don't
wanted.
think you have to worry about it. Like any of the
Yeah.
pre-order incentives, besides shaders and stuff.
I
like,
think you can still order it the first week and still get Cold Heart. That's what Luke Smith said. I don't know if he was necessarily correct, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's
I wouldn't
exciting.
do it.
Again, this is a game that I highly anticipated Drew being very interested in, being the Destiny fan here at the show.
Yeah, I'm also really struggling with what platform do I get this on.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to miss out on the PS4 content this time around, but a lot of my friends, I don't know, I should double check with them, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them are getting it on the Xbox.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, again, Luke Smith, when asked, hey, what platform should I get this on? It's get it on the one that your friends are on. Is that's sort of more important. But of course, like Ryan's getting in a PS4.
Yeah.
Brock, do you have an idea?
I'm probably getting on PS4.
Yeah.
I mean, most of our Twitter friends are getting on PS4.
Which is tough.
Except Sean
Except
Capri,
Sean Capri.
who I do want to play with. But an Xbox, I don't know.
but-
if I
But like I
wanna-
live stream on Mixer, and then but I don't want to be able to stream on Mixer.
I mean,
I can't do that on my
him
PS4.
and Dapper Tux and Marissa Roberto are going to play together.
see, I
on
don't want to be
Xbox.
left out of that.
They're all playing on Xbox.
I want to play with
They all talk
Marissa,
about
but I don't want to play with Dapper.
Oh, come on. He's your boy. Don't be mean. Dapper Tux is a cool dude. In fact, he was on the Xbox live stream this weekend at Fan Expo.
He was.
Actually, they did a cool live stream. Him and Marissa and Caboose. So
And then,
Good old Caboose.
Marissa and Camille were at the X doing like an esports thing over there too. So
well, it was Northern Arena event.
Yeah.
And Marissa works for Northern Arena.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of cool stuff going on all over the place in the city.
Yeah.
And I was just eating shitty food in New Jersey.
So yeah, I'm gonna buy this game. I think it's a certain inevitability.
Yeah. Also, I played the PC version during the beta.
Yeah.
Holy crap, the PC version is amazing.
Yeah, the PC version runs really well, but it's never gonna run on this piece of shit.
Yeah.
So who are we kidding?
I mean, I have a 5-year-old computer and it runs amazing, which is I don't
Yeah.
know how they managed to do it
Yeah.
because nothing runs that good on my computer.
Yeah.
Not even World of Warcraft, and that says a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of crazy. All right, next game coming out this week, Knack 2.
Ooh.
Get hyped, motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
Brock, you had posted this meme a little while ago, the definition of insanity. Knack 2 releasing the same day as Destiny 2.
Yeah.
I mean, very different audiences, but it just seems like...
Is Knack 2 a full price game?
It is a
No.
$49.99 game.
Okay. Well, that explains some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't pay $49 for it.
If you're really on the fence, you can play the demo.
yeah, there is a demo. You can go play.
And I'll tell you this, it does not give a good representation of the game.
Okay.
Okay. Who's better, Blue Knack or Red Knack?
We'll find out
There's 2 knacks.
Yeah.
when you play co-op.
When you play co-op, there's a Blue Knack and a Red Knack.
Double Knack.
Is Knack's junk all like those little weird things, the little weird bits he's made
He
it
can
of?
make it as big or small as he wants.
You know, fits all shapes and sizes. Good for him.
All right, other games are coming out this week too. Double Dragon 4 is coming to Nintendo Switch. Get hyped.
Is that another Bandai game?
No, it was
No.
the Arc System Works Double Dragon game that released earlier this year on
Yeah.
PS4.
The history of Double Dragon and who has the rights to Double Dragon is weird.
The real question is, do you guys remember the Double Dragon movie?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That was a real
of
bad
course.
Oh, I had Alyssa Milano in it. Of course, I
Yep.
remember that movie.
That's a real bad movie.
Jesus, I remember every movie with Alyssa Milano. Alyssa, you're the best.
It's a lot of
It's
movies.
just a grade A, #1 awesome actress.
Drew likes Alyssa Milano. I like Betty White.
There you go.
I feel like they're on the same level.
Yeah, me too. In terms of-
Equally beautiful and talented.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Next up, Monster Hunter Stories comes to 3DS. This is a game that came out last year in Japan. It was like based off the Monster Hunter anime.
Oh well, it's got to be good then.
It's very kid friendly. It's different from the other Monster Hunter games.
Well, that's what you want in a Monster Hunter game. Different from the other Monster Hunter games.
Yeah.
The fuck goes on in Japan?
There's also new amiibos that come with it too, so which is kind of cool.
Oh, that's kind of
I
interesting.
love amiibos.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Lego Worlds, a game that you didn't love, Brock, is coming to Nintendo Switch this week as well.
I really wanted to like it. I just didn't like the controls.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it. I don't know how it's going to work on the
It's
Switch.
an interesting concept, but yeah,
I don't know
if
how it's going to work on the Switch.
Yeah.
That seems overly complicated.
Well, maybe they'll implement the touchscreen in some way or bring some other controls.
has any of the Switch games you played used the touchscreen?
Yeah, in fact, if you play Severed or Voez, they're only touchscreen.
Severed is.
Yeah.
That's the only one that comes to mind that I've used the touchscreen for.
Voez is the other one. Voez is a rhythm game. It's really good, but it's a touchscreen only game. But yeah, also RBA Baseball is coming to all platforms this week, and no one cares about that because RBA Baseball is a bad game. So don't play it, even if you like baseball.
Yeah, no.
All right.
When you have the show is so much better.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up,
That was long.
it's been a long
That's
show.
what she never said to me.
God, gotta go fast. Drew Plugs go.
That's
I'm at D McMill on Twitter, and the first episode of RoboFlix will be out probably by the end of this week. I'm excited.
Yep.
Woo!
It's coming along.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you've been on vacation. So
I've been on vacation. Work has been crazy. Yeah, it's coming.
Is the first episode all about RoboCop shooting a guy in the dick?
That scene is in the video. Well, at least a portion of that scene is. It's all about RoboCop.
Okay.
The first episode is all about.
Because I'm
RoboCop.
working on a movie for TIFF next year. It's about the guy who got shot in the dick by RoboCop and where he is now.
It's a documentary.
I hear there's a video. There's like a spoof video out there, and it's that scene, and it, like RoboCop just apparently just shoots him in the dick, and then just start shooting a bunch of random people in the dick. My friend is telling me about it. I haven't seen it yet. It sounds really funny though. Just
Okay.
the idea of the RoboCop has just been programmed to exclusively shoot people in the dick. It's pretty funny. So first one's going to be about RoboCop. Second one's going to be about Transformers, the movie from 1986.
Yes, brother.
Third one's about Westworld, and we'll see where we go from there. I might do one about Blade Runner in anticipation of Blade Runner 2049.
Yep.
Which is coming out.
Cool. Brock?
You can find me on Twitter at Brock McLaughlin. My website, Brockstar Gaming. Or you can watch me getting shot in the dick on YouPorn / Brock gets shot in the dick. LOL.
Don't actually go there because it's going to be like just an actual video of some guy actually getting shot in the dick.
Some guy named Brock.
Yeah, it's going to be awful.
I mean, it's not going to be as cool as football in the groin.
It'll
America's
probably be a
Home Videos.
Pokemon like Brock, like remixed, getting shot in the dick.
Poor Brock. I mean, he's the true Brock. You're just the fake Brock.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like to think of myself as the true Brock.
Really?
I came first.
So even though the news story that Brock is coming back to Pokemon this week, you thought you were coming back to Pokemon? Is that how this works?
He's only coming back for like what, 2 episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least him and Misty don't look as dumb as Ash in that show.
Yeah.
Ash has a mustache.
I don't like the new Ash.
Yeah.
By the way, I just discovered recently that we know like the #1 female in Pokemon Go in Canada. She's like the highest leveled. Yeah, she's a friend of ours at work. She's like, oh yeah, no, like I'm like way up there. I'm like, holy fuck. And the top ranked player in North America is in Toronto. So
I didn't know that.
Toronto kicking ass in Pokemon Go. If you care about that, and there's a bunch of like legendaries coming to.
YouTube's coming. We know that.
Yeah, Mewtwo. No, not Arcturno. The legendary dogs are coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones from the Gold and Silver, I think.
Gold and Silver, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because they already released the birds. So
Yes.
Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres
Yeah.
were already out. And then Lugia was also catchable as well.
Yeah.
So
Well, Lugia, they did it at the Pokemon Go Festival,
Right. Yeah.
which apparently was a complete fucking boondoggle.
yeah, you think?
She went to that. She can tell us all about it. I asked her if she wanted to go on the show, so maybe we'll do that at some point.
Yeah. As for me, you can find me on Twitter at Ryan Turford. That's TURFORD. We also have a cool show coming out next week
Yes.
that Drew and I are going to sort of plan this week. A little game comes out next Friday. Metroid Samus Returns.
Yeah.
I am very fucking excited about this game.
As am I.
So Drew and I are going to be doing this cool Metroid special.
Yeah.
Where we talk about Metroid.
Yes.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
So
The old Metroid retrospective.
we're going to talk about that on Sunday when we do Sunday's show.
Cool.
Like for next week. So
Yeah.
look for that next week. Also, make sure to check out the Game at Moose YouTube page. Just search for Game at Moose on YouTube because we don't have a custom URL yet. And we'll come up right away.
Yeah, so like and subscribe. Like some videos and subscribe to the channel.
Smash that
Yeah.
subscribe button.
That would
If you're watching this
help
video
out
right now, click the subscribe button that's down here.
Yeah.
Get hype. Last thing I wanted to plug, of course, you can find us on Twitter at game_moose_cast and on Facebook at facebook.com/game-moose-podcast. And as well, our website, game-moose.com
Yeah.
for all your game-moose needs. If you ever want to ask us a question or anything like that, hit us up on an email at game@moosecast@gmail.com.
Or you
just
can-
hit us up on Twitter.
Or you can go to our contact page on our website if
Yeah,
you really want to, too.
exactly.
Yeah.
So all that good stuff.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it. So
Yeah.
for Drew McMillan
Yes.
and Brock McLaughlin, I'm Ryan Turford. This has been episode 92 of the Game Moose podcast. We're only 8 weeks away from 100, and we're out.
Yeah.